Welcome to my Scraper API review. In this Scraper API review, I'll be sharing with you absolutely everything you need to know about Scraper APIs for you to know whether this is actually a great web scraping API that you can actually make use of, or whether it's just another one out there that you need to avoid completely. You get to know all of that in this Scraper API review. So basically in this Scraper API review, I'll be sharing with you absolutely everything you need to know about Scraper APIs. I'm talking about absolutely everything you need to know about Scraper APIs for you to know whether this is something that is actually worth using or whether it's just another one out there that you need to avoid completely. You get to know all of that in this Scraper API review. So basically in this, I'll be talking about what Scraper API is all about. That is what they stand for, what they've got in stock for you, and what you are most likely to get from using Scraper API. You also get to see who can use a Scraper API, most importantly what they've got in stock for you and what you are most likely to get from Scraper API. You also get to see who can use Scraper API as well, and that will also lead us to the pros and the cons of using Scraper API. You get to see the interesting side and as well as the bad side of using Scraper API, because for everything that has a good side, if you observe very carefully, you will definitely find a bad side as well, which I'm going to share with you in the course of this Scraper API review. You also get to set the pricing plans across various packages they've got. Scraper API has got different pricing plans, and each of their plans comes to different capacities as to what they allow you to do, as to their strength, as to the level at which they allow you to go, as to what they can handle. That's why it's very, very important for you to see the one that will be most suitable for you, or the one. So that's why it's very, very important for you to as well ensure that you keep to the end of this Scraper API review, so you won't miss the most important information that you need to have about it. You also get to hear from other active users of Scraper API. That is, you get to hear from other existing users of this API. You get to hear their own opinion as to what they feel about Scraper API. You get to hear their own experience as to their own personal encounter with Scraper API. It doesn't necessarily have to be what I say alone. So you have the opportunity to hear from other active users and hear their own opinion as to what they feel about Scraper API. And to the final part, which is the most important part of this Scraper API review, this is exactly where you get to know what I personally feel about Scraper API. This is exactly where you get to know whether this is something that is actually worth your money or whether it's just another one out there that you need to run away from. You get to know all of that in this Scraper API review. So it's very, very important for you to ensure that you keep to the end of this Scraper API review so you won't miss the most important information that you need to have about Scraper API. So let's go. So what is Scraper API? Scraper API is actually a web scraping API that allows you to web scrape, that is, allows you to fetch whatever content that you want on any web page by scraping the content of the web pages to suit whatever purpose you want to use it for. So basically it's a web scraping tool that allows you to web scrape so as to fetch out and so as to get information that you need on whatever web page that you need. You can see what we have on their home page. They said web scraping is complex. We make it simple. It says Scraper API handles proxies, browsers and captchas, so you can get the HTML from any web page with a simple API call. So basically it's a web scraping tool that allows you to fetch content on different web pages without limitations. And so basically that's what Scraper API is all about. So anyone at all who is looking at anyone at all who wants to scrape without limitation on the internet, this is a kind of API that can actually help you get that done, that you can integrate into your system. So let's go. So what are the interesting side of using Scraper API? The first thing I have here is the fact that Scraper API allows you to easily scrape any web page with a simple API call. The keyword here is the ease at which you can scrape any web page with just a simple API call, and gives you the opportunity to fetch content from any web page that you want without limitation. And like I said, the keyword is the ease at which this can be done. And also with Scraper API, you can as well scrape almost any kind of content, and so you are not limited to a content type. You can scrape HTML content, PDF files, document, and even images. So that makes it very, very interesting for me. And also it also allows you to bypass to easily easily bypass all anti-scraping system. For example, the captcha system, which may want to block you from reaching out to content of those who are web pages. But as to these Scraper API has a way of bypassing all of these systems, so you can have access to the information that you want. And also they've got a great and very, very reliable uptime as well. That is, you can be sure of the fact that you can always have access to this. You can always web scrape at any point in time, as the direct opposite of uptime is downtime. And downtime is when the system is not available. As to this, they've got a very, very reliable and reliable uptime that you can depend on. At any point in time that you need to web scrape, you can always get the content that you want. So that makes it very, very interesting for me as well. And also this particular one will significantly improve your workflow, as it will save you time and stress. The time that you normally spend trying to fetch information, which most times you get blocked every time, and also the stress that comes with that, is going to save you all of that, and as such it's going to help you improve your workflow significantly. You can get whatever content you need at your disposal as soon as possible, and you can work and do whatever thing you want to do with it. And also they've also got a great customer support. One thing I keep saying, and I will never stop saying, is this: I will never use any tool out there that does not offer great customer support, because any new tool that you are newly introduced to, there is a likelihood, there is a tendency that you may experience one or two issues, or you may encounter one or two problems in the course of using it. And if the customer support is not there to help you out, then in that case it's not worth it. But as in the case of our Scraperapi API, they've got great customer support across all their communication channels, and they are always willing to help you and help you solve your problem when the need arises. Also, something that is super easy to use, highly easy to integrate, and it's highly customizable as well. That makes it very, very great for me as well. Now, it's something that is super easy to integrate. You don't have to rack your brain, you don't have to go through stress before you get it done. So basically that's that on that. Now to the bad side, when it comes to Scraper API at the moment, all I can say for now is that it can be better. I've not really found any major negative side to Scraper API. But anything that appears to be good, anything that appears to be interesting, there's always room for improvement. So Scraper API can actually be better than what it is at the moment. As to what they currently offer, I've not really found any major bad side to it. And now let's go to the pricing plans. Scraper API has got different pricing plans across different packages. But the barest minimum you can ever get started with Scraper API is about $49 per month. And each of their plans comes with different capacities as to what they allow you to do, as to their strength, as to the level at which they can go. That's why it's very, very important for you to see the one that will be most suitable for you, or the one that will suit your own business size the best. And that's why it's very, very important for you to click on the link right in this video description, that you can see the full pricing for the various packages and the offers and the discount that comes with each of their plans, most importantly their capabilities. Like I said, the barest minimum you can ever get started with about $49 per month, and each of their plans comes with different capacities as to their strength, as to the level at which they can go, as to what they can handle. That's why it's very, very important for you to see the one that will suit you the best, or the one that will serve your own business size the best. And that's why it's very, very important for you to click on the link right in this video description, that you can see the full pricing for the various packages they've got, and the offers and the discount that comes with each of them. Now let's get to hear from other active users. This is Vijay. He said best Scraper API with best pricing. So I've been using their service and it has been more than a year. He said I have an enterprise level plan. The way this guy support is unmatchable. This is the most affordable and the best scraping service available out there in the market. That's a user. This is another person. And this person said efficient web scraping with proxy API support. When he was asked what he likes best about Scraper API, I said I need to use a scraping tool for getting concise content of different websites. I said Scraper API let me do it seamlessly and let me save the content of those web pages in HTML format. When he was asked what he disliked about Scraper API, I said nothing really. He said its pricing is fair and justifies the support it provides. So that's another user. I said it's an efficient web scraping with proxy API support. Now let's go to what I personally feel about this. In my own opinion, I would say they've actually got a great one. This particular Scraper API is reasonably easy to use, and it's highly efficient for scraping information and content from the internet in different formats without hassle. It also allows you to easily bypass all of those anti-scraping and anti-bot systems that may want to block you and restrict your access to information. So a Scraper API is going to save you a lot of stress and time, and it's going to get you the best out of your effort by exponentially enhancing your information discovery and accessibility. And as such, it's going to help you turn your business around. And they've also got a great customer support, and which I said I love customer support so much. And they've also offered a 7-day money back guarantee. That is, you can try out. If you love it, you can keep using. If you don't, you can decide to discontinue. So there is no risk involved. You're safe with Scraper API. I'll say again that Scraper API is actually worth it because it serves the primary function of a meaningful web scraping tool. So with all I've said, if you think Scraper API is something you'd like to give a trial, you want to test it out, you want to see how it works, you want to see the level at which you can go with Scraper API, well, right in this video description I see a special link. Once you click on that special link, you'll be able to get started with Scraper API at a very unusual discounted price that you're not going to find elsewhere. That is to enjoy all of what Scraper API has put in place for you. Well, right in this video description is a special link. Once you click on that special link, you'll be able to get started with Scraper API at a very unusual discounted price that you're not going to find elsewhere. On that note, I want to say thanks for watching my Scraper API review. If you found any value in this video, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. If you have any question as regards Scraper API, you can make use of the comment box below to ask your questions. I'm going to look into it and see if something I can answer. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel to keep enjoying similar videos like this on other helpful tools out there that can take your business to the next level. On that note, I want to say thanks for watching my Scraper API review, and I hope to see your business at the top. Bye for now.